was a very, very unexpected turn of events. I had plans of getting the Evo pretty much completed today, and the machine shop called me and said they recommend that we replace the crank on the 4G64. So basically what is going on is, first things first, on the crank, when we were burning oil, we clearly ran it a little bit too low and it damaged all the bearings. In turn, the crank is a little bit messed up. It could be turned, but as far as I'm aware, Evo 8, Evo 9, 4G cranks are nitrate coated. The second you turn a crank, resurface a crank, and go to a bigger size bearing, you're grinding off that nitrate coating and it makes the crank much less durable. So that's the first issue we have. The second issue we have is the keyway for the crank balancer is very like wallowed out, wobbled out. I remember that from when we were putting the motor together last time, just the top end stuff. Putting on the crank pulley, I noticed that keyway was pretty messed up. So the machine shop called me and they were like, dude, you should just get a new crank, because it's, and I agree that it's kind of pointless to put this whole motor back together with a bad crank, or not a bad crank, but a not perfect crank. So that left us with really two options. Option one, which is obviously buy a new crank online, wait for it to come in. It's probably gonna take about a week. Then it's gonna have to go to the machine shop maybe to, I don't know. It's just a very time consuming process. Option two is to go to the junkyard here locally. They have 5 Mitsubishi Eclipses. Pull out a short block, bring it home, tear it completely apart, bring the crank into the machine shop, have it cleaned up, have it gone through, make sure it's good to go, come back home, reassemble the motor. I, obviously, as you can see, got a bunch of tools. We are headed to the wrecking yard here locally, and we're gonna pull out a motor today. It has to be a 00 to 05 Eclipse. There's a few other like Gallants and Dodge Stratuses bottom ends that will work. This is a 4G64, not a 4G63, thankfully, because if it's a 63, this would not be an option. So let's head to the freaking junkyard. We're gonna go to Pull and Save, and I hope I got enough tools to get a short block out. I think it's about $150 to $200 for a complete short block. So then we can tear it apart. We'll have a spare block for later if we want to build another motor for whatever reason, or if we destroy this short block, if we destroy this block, and we'll have a good crank to drop off at the machine shop, hopefully, and yeah, get back on the road with this Evo 8 project. It is kind of shitty that this is happening, but guess what, guys? That is exactly what happens when you are building cars, building motors, building power, and you're dumb like me and you run low on oil, all that fun stuff. Even if it wasn't low on oil and the crank surfaces, the bearing surfaces were fine, I would still want to replace it just because that keyway was pretty floppy, and it's not worth putting it together. So yeah, this is the price you pay when building cars. I don't really know what's wrong with me, but I actually got excited when I found out that that crank was bad and I had to go to the Pull and Save, and I had to go to the wrecking yard to get a new crank. I don't know why it makes me excited. I should be upset that I have to go spend more money, but it's cheap and it might be kind of fun. I've never pulled the motor at the junkyard before, so I don't know how this is gonna go, guys, but I'm gonna head to the gas station right now, get some gas. Oh shit, did I lose my tools? Oh, we're good. What I was saying, I'm gonna go to the gas station right now, get a Monster or Bang Energy or something, and shit, I'm going the wrong way. Get an energy drink, get a protein bar, get fuel, and we can get this shit done. I need a lot of energy. So there's a total of 4 Eclipses here. 2 don't have motors and 2 are complete, but I think the other one may be a better option because there's a lot less stuff on that car to remove. Yeah, I think this one right here is the one we are gonna grab. So we just got the tranny off. That was pretty dang easy on this car, no throwout bearing to mess with. So let's pop off the power steering pump and the AC compressor, cylinder head, and we should be able to just buy the rest of the short block. All right guys, so we got the motor out. It's a little bit easier at a junkyard versus at home because all the hoses and wiring you can just cut. So we got it out in about an hour. We got the tranny off. That was really easy because it's an auto. Got the short block, got the head off. That was all easy to do. I was gonna bring it to the machine shop, but the main crank pulley bolt I could not get off. So I called them and they said they should be able to get it off. So I'm just gonna head out there right now and hopefully drop this crank off and only be about a day behind of schedule with the Evo 8 build. That'd be pretty sick. As long as this crank is in good shape. I haven't pulled like the crank caps off yet or the rods off, so I don't know the condition of the crank. I'm assuming it's good because the rest of the motor seemed fine. But yeah, 150 bucks. $150, and we got a complete short block that we can use. We can use the block later on, we can use the crank now, and yeah, pretty good deal for a couple hours worth of work.
Another way you could do is heat this up.
Yeah.
And run it off with a gun.
Well, let's just bring it back. Alright.
No, just leave it here. We'll do it. We'll get it up.
Okay.
Alright.
It's not a big house for you guys.
No, that's all we gotta do is, all we gotta do is
Right by the door.
Alright guys, so we got the crank and the block dropped off. I could not get that crank bolt off to save my life, and when I went to the machine shop, they couldn't get it off as well either, so I just left the whole block and crank with them. I said they're going to work on it some more and try to get that off. But we're back home now, so we're just waiting on a phone call from them to see if that crank is good or not. It freaking better be, because if it's not, we're going to have to go to pull and save again and get out another motor. But now we're going to work on the STI just a little bit. What's up, dog?
What's up?
What are we doing?
We're getting new foggies.
What's that? What's a frog?
The frog is the fog light.
Okay,
Yeah.
get out the whip.
Okay.
Where's your fog lights at?
I don't know. Where are they?
Maybe we should open them up and make sure they're the right ones.
Probably.
So I lied the other day. When we went to go put the other fog lights in, I said that company didn't make the proper ones with the other fog light holes, but they do. So JDM toy fog lights on eBay, 150 bucks, sequential blinkers with harness. Watch me order the same freaking ones. That should be a freaking joke.
That would be.
Oh yep, oh yep. Those are freaking dope. Wow, they look like factory. Let's actually go compare to a factory real quick. They look identical. That looks different, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like close enough? Damn it. I even have a booger on my face. Okay. So yeah, guys, we're gonna pull off the bumper. We're gonna get these boys installed. And ooh, there's a little sparkle to it. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta wire them up real quick, which, hold up. So let me do a quick brief overview of what we got going on. This is probably gonna tap into the stock blinkers. I'm just gonna take a wild guess at this, but this plugs in here, okay? Okay, dope. Let's throw them on. Alright, we got everything figured out. I'm cutting away a ton of wiring, so I don't want any wiring to run into the interior, because that's a pain. I don't want any switches. I want it to be a true daytime running light, so whenever the car is running, the DRLs are going to be on. So let me briefly explain what I did. So there was a switch that they wanted you to run into the interior. I cut that off, so we're not using anything to do with the switch. We connected one wire for the blinker to the headlight harness, one wire for power to the headlight harness, and that is for the daytime running light. And then the ground wire I just grounded right over there. So I wanted everything to just be right here. Nothing is going up to the fuse box, nothing to the battery. I want this to be as factory as possible. So let's see. I think the pink wire on this plug right here was daytime running light, and then the white wire with the red stripe was for the blinker. And then one wire for ground. That's all we have to do. We have to do one blinker wire on the passenger side, and we should be all finished up. These plugs on the 2019 are completely useless. This would be for maybe a WRX that have the actual fog light in the bezel that we are installing, and those bezels right there. But the STI, the 2019 blinker, is in the headlight, so that's why we're tapping into the headlight harness and not just plug and play like it would be with a WRX. So everything is done with the wiring. All we have to do is pull off these fogs or the daytime running lights out of this bumper, put those ones in, take off those motors as well because there's leveling motors right there. I think that's what those are at least. Just get those onto here, put the car back together, and we'll be all finished up. This wiring all worked out pretty good because, yeah, it looks pretty factory and there's nothing crazy running around the car like usually there would be.
Much better. So when the blinker's off, then it's just that strip.
Yeah. You like?
Wow. It's pretty high tech. Hold on, I want to turn that off just to see it.
That's sick. Looks really good. They're a little bit like brighter white.
There, but
The color doesn't match perfect, but it's really good.
it's like more of a bluey-ish light.
It's really bright too.
Yeah.
Oh wait, turn your headlights off. That's sick. Just the DRLs and the boomerang together. Ooh.
Ooh. Now we're talking.
You can dig it.
Wow.
All done with the install. We just gotta throw a few clips back on the bumper and we should be good to go. So when it gets a little bit darker outside, we'll pull it out and show you guys how bright it is. But yeah, they look sick. And they're DRLs, so how I wired them, they're always on. Whenever the ignition's on, the car's running, 12 volts, the DRLs are on. So I have a random thought and I think it's gonna look a lot better, but leave a comment down below either way. So right now there's a blinker on the headlight, blinker on the mirror, blinker on the DRL. I'm gonna take out the bulb out of the headlight, so it's just mirror and DRL. So here's how it looks right now. So my random thought isn't necessarily gonna work tonight, because if we take out the bulb out of the headlight, then the blinker is gonna blink really, really fast like there is a missing bulb. So if we wanted to do that, we'd just have to add it in a resistor and it should not blink as fast. But I think that'd look dope with just the sequential on the DRL. Whoa. That looks really freaking sick. I'm kind of jealous. That's gonna be it for today, guys. I will have those exact DRL/blinkers we just used down in the description box below. They have two different models. One set has a hole for the fog lights. The other set is just the ones we just installed. I'll have them linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.